Am live. Okay, fam. I'm live. Good soda. I got started later than I intended to, but I got some housework done. But that means this is going to be even shorter than I intended to be. Probably. It depends. I have to go pick up Dez in like 50 minutes, or 50 minutes-ish, 30-something minutes. I'm going to have to leave to go pick up Dez. And she's probably going to want to do her music time. Because normally after she gets off work, so I might, depending, I might decide to like keep stream going for a little bit. I might not. Sorry, my brain fucking froze there. I might decide to keep stream going for a little bit. Might not. Like do what I normally do of like pause stream, or I put on BRB screen, go pick up Des, bring her back. But I might not, because I also have to. I still need to hit the gym up again. I forgot to do that. Well, I didn't. I didn't get a good one. I was going to try to go to the gym again before stream started. Forgot that was the thing I was going to do. And I need to get groceries for tonight because I'm going to cook Des a. I'm trying to. Des has been getting really bad sleep. So I'm trying to do a few things to help improve her sleep by like cooking the right things for dinner, kind of thing. Because there's foods you can take. There's foods you can eat that will help improve your quality of sleep. So like last night I cooked baked salmon with walnuts and a side dish of cherries, because all three of those are things that have stuff that help you better. Salmon has a lot of vitamin D and omega-3s. That's really good. Walnuts has is it magnesium or zinc? I can't remember. Has a good bit of, but it has a good bit of that will help you. Helps. It's really important to sleep. A big supplement for a while amongst the bodybuilding people was zinc magnesium, like any ZMA, to help you. Then the cherries have natural melatonin in them, stuff that helps. But you're only supposed to eat fish 3 times a week at most, like the big fish, like, or the fish like salmon, like 3 times a week at most, and stop mercury buildup. So switching between like that and like a turkey dish or something. Turkey does not. The concept of turkey has a bunch of tryptophan and that's going to help you sleep is kind of a lie. Tryptophan is important for your sleep cycle, but turkey is not that high in tryptophan. That comes from people eating to excess during Thanksgiving and blaming the turkey for how tired they get. Not the smartest. But turkey is still a very light protein. Easy for your body to digest. Won't keep you up so late. Like trying to digest it. Try turkey, and I'm not sure. I need to figure out what I'm going. I'm sorry, I got completely distracted. It took. What's to do? I think Des would get a kick out of that, just being able to rip the fucking chicken apart. Spinach salad with turkey breast and pumpkin seed. That's what I'm thinking. Spinach salad, turkey breast, pumpkin seed. Magnesium, that'll get some tryptophan. Well, that fucking sucks. Hold on. Well, fuck! Des just texted me Ozzy Osbourne passed. Okay. Anyways, I'm sad now. Ozzy Osbourne's dead and everything is worse now. Why isn't this? Oh yeah, because I need high. I did get them to make high quality. Okay. Right now I am focusing on getting enough. Yeah, you can die. You can die. You can die. I already got plenty of Brawlhalla. Getting enough of the ancient. I have everything else. I just need ancient civilization parts to help me. Hey, what's up, Venom? How you doing? What? I just got grass support whistle. What's that do? Does it raise grass type damage? Nice. I don't care about it, but nice. It'll be good to have for later. The past 3 years, everything has been going to shit. Yeah, but now Ozzy Osbourne's dead, okay? That's the true sign of everything being awful. Yeah, the world's been going to shit a little bit for a while. But I'm doing pretty good, man. How about yourself? I forget. Have you started your classes yet? Starting next month. You looking forward to it? Hey, what's up, Repexer? How you doing, buddy? Bunch of how much? Ooh, I got 100 so far. I need 240, which means I am gonna need to go hunting a little. I practically didn't sleep the whole night. Why not, man? I obviously I suffer from it a lot, so I'm used to it. But I hate those nights without. The practically didn't sleep nights I can actually do pretty well with, but the did not sleep nights, I used to be able to, because I frequently don't sleep. I used to be able to just say, oh, I didn't sleep last night, whatever, fine, I'll deal with it. And the first day, as long as I stayed active, I was fine. But whatever. Now it's like, okay, the nights I don't sleep still suck, but I can get by on the or suck a lot worse, but the practically didn't sleep ones I can. Last camping trip with your class? Well, at least it was fun, right? Like, at least you stayed up and had a good time. Been bored for, what, 3 to 4 months now? Time to start something new. Yeah, I feel that, man. Like, that's gotta... Well, I mean, I'm not even gonna try to pretend that I can't relate, because I don't know why. I can 100% relate. When I got out of the military, my plan was, because I got out on, like, June 30th. 18. My brain just froze. I'm trying to remember what I came here for. This guy. But when I got out of the military, my plan was to take this summer and just relax, do nothing, work on myself, maybe start some new hobbies, whatever, and just decompress from everything. And whatever. But in May of 2018, I met the woman that would become my ex-wife. So, she did not have a driver's license. She was in the military too. She was in the Navy too. She did not have a driver's license, and we moved way too fast. She moved in within a month. She didn't have a driver's license, so I had to take her to work every day, and then, she was, only going to be in for another year or two or whatever, and blah, blah, blah. And it ended up turning into, like, okay, well, I said, hey, I told her, like, hey, I would like you to get your driver's license before, the summer comes to an end. And that way I could, I can start doing make a decision to either start doing school or start working. I just wanted to take the summer off because I needed to drive her to and from work every day, and she had, because of, like, her job, she was a CS, she was a cook in the Navy. She had shift scheduling. So some days she would work Monday through Wednesday, and some days she would work Wednesday, Sunday, or whatever. I can't remember what, but it was alternating shift scheduling. And some days she worked the morning shift, and some days she worked night shift. I don't know why they did it that way. It's stupid. But I know a lot of them that do it. They frame it under, oh well, we set up our schedule this way because that way everyone has a few days off. Like it goes back and forth who has what days off, so whatever works for people. But in reality, it just makes everyone's schedule fucking confusing. I was luckily never on a team that had that. Like I was on teams that had sometimes leadership, earlier shift, but never like sometimes like or I was on teams that had a later and an earlier shift kind of thing, or like 3 shifts, but never a we're just gonna randomly change you between what fucking shift you're on kind of thing. That was fucking stupid. Where are my bullets? What? What? But anyways, so because her schedule was so weird, like, and there was stuff I could have done too. Like, I'll admit, like, I'm somewhat at fault for this, but like, I also was stupid and didn't know what to do. But because of the way her shift was, and because of the fact that I was the one responsible for getting her to and from work and blah 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 and et cetera, I didn't start working, and I kept waiting. And I didn't start school because I couldn't reliably have a schedule that would work. I was very dependent on hers, and her being military still at the time, her not being able to get to work was a lot worse than me being or showing up late was a lot worse than if I got a job and blah blah and whatever. But I kept putting off work. I was getting my VA disability. I started, making sure I was doing college online. I finished up with University of Phoenix to get my IT degree, so I still had money coming in. But like University of Phoenix, you have one class at a time. It's not really that intense. It doesn't take up a lot of time. I wasn't really working, so I was kind of having to find stuff to keep myself preoccupied. And then that dragged on for like a year. Really, it dragged on for longer than that, because by the time me and her, we separated after about a year. But by the time me and her separated, I had, lost my access, because you have like 180 days or something like that to use your clearance before they deactivate it. After you get out, or you get out of the military, or stop being me a job. So I'd lost my access to my clearance, and like I had spent so long, because I'm not someone who can do nothing. I'm not someone who can be doing nothing. That is not. It is more depressing to me. I work better under a little bit of stress, to like a medium amount of stress, than I do under no stress. And I'm not someone that can just sit around and do nothing. I don't have it in me. It bothers me a lot, and I had been put into a situation effectively, where I was just sitting around and doing it for months. My entire life was basically revolved around, my entire schedule at least was revolved around, okay, sure, I do a little bit of University of Phoenix work and whatnot, but for the most part, it was get up early, take my wife to work, wait for her to, and her schedule off. We had like a shift, but that didn't fucking matter. And the traffic to Norfolk was not always great, so like, get up, take my wife to work. My sleep meds would often be hitting me, so it was bad. So I'd sometimes take a nap in the parking lot, go home, wait until I need to go pick her up, make sure I was there to pick her up. Make sure I left. It was a 30-minute drive, but make sure I left like an hour and a half early, so that I would be there to pick her up in case the traffic was really bad, or gate traffic was really bad, because if she got out on time and I was a little bit late picking her up, she'd be super pissed off at me, and I would feel bad, and blah blah blah. I can make better armor. What am I doing? Oh yeah. But traffic was really bad, or whatever. So I'd get there, be there, and sometimes she'd get off super late, and like, and I admit part of it's my fault for getting frustrated at her for this, but like, I think somewhat justified. But I would end up getting really frustrated at her, because when she got off super late, that means sometimes I'd be waiting in the parking lot for 2 hours without anything to do. phone service on base isn't great. And then, so by the time we separated, and like I didn't have to worry about that anymore. One, my finances were shit, because I had been, you know, we separated. My household income had split in half. Basically, bills stayed basically the same. And I was just so depressed. I was so depressed from what my life situation had been of basically doing nothing at all and just being a butler to my wife. It felt like that I could not bring myself to do. I did my online classes, my one class session, like they're 6 weeks long, one class at a kind of thing. I did my online classes. I drove Uber to make sure that, you know, to supplement my income. So that, because there are times when like it was basically either drive Uber or don't eat. And I just could not motivate or bring myself to do anything else because so like I get that level of, that's all to say that I get that level of having a prolonged period of time where you're not doing anything can be so incredibly depressing. Hey, what's up, Mammoth? If I ever get in a relationship, it's either with someone who has her license or someone that will be getting her license because I'm not becoming a taxi driver. Yeah, it can be frustrating. And it depends on the situation. It's very much one of those things. Like, that is a thing I want to see you going to at least try to do this. My ex-wife. And listen, I'm not going to lie and say I was the perfect. I was dealing with a lot. We met during like what was one of the harder times of my life emotionally, because all I wanted to do as a kid, my goal as a kid, my goal in life as a kid for a long time, like I wanted to be a cinematographer and I wanted to be a scientist and I wanted to do all this other stuff. But at the back of all of it was always I wanted to be in the military. I wanted to do 20 years in the military. I wanted to kill, I wanted this, I wanted. And when me and her met, it was at a time in my life when the military was saying, you don't get to serve anymore. What? You developed medical issues because of us, and now we are saying you're not good enough anymore. So I was really depressed. They were cycling me through. Okay, see you, Repexer. Thanks for coming out, man. I'm going to try to start doing some streams starting earlier so you can hang out for more. Like, I'm maybe starting at noon my time. I'm going to start trying to make that more of a thing. Because it sucks that you can't hang out as much. But yeah, it was a very hard emotional time for me. And I was... They were still trying to get my medication right, because they were still jumping around on my medication and changing this around and, oh, let's do this instead of this and blah, blah, blah. So I was just... Well, then why do you always leave after checking in for like 30 minutes? Fucking past midnight there. But I'm probably going to start earlier anyways. Why not? I might starting earlier and doing later, just depending on Dez's schedule. But... yeah, so like I was... When we met, I was going through a hard time. They're still working out my medication and stuff. So I'll freely admit that like I was not the best husband. There was areas that I didn't always, because it got to a point where like when we first got together and I still had energy and I still had vibe and vigor and whatnot, and yeah, I was out of the military now, but I was still seeing that as like, you know what, I was still in that state. I was like, you know what, this is good. I have free time now and blah 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 and all this different shit. And then I just started falling more and more into this pit of despair and depression. So I, wasn't pulling my weight with the household chores. I wasn't doing the things that I should have been doing. I we weren't doing adult times as much because Zoloft is a bitch. It's really good if you need it, because I need some good sleep sometimes. You hear my sleep medication? Oh, well, hey. I'm happy I can help put you to sleep. Listen, man, if I am the background noise that helps you get a good night's sleep, I'm okay with that. If I can just be some sort of mild and soothing entertainment for you, well, you get ready to drift off to dreamland, I'm happy with that. So there you go. That's what. If you're watching this and I stream around the time you'd be going to bed and you need good background noise, there you go. I'm there for you. I'm not offended at all. Wait for like 15 more minutes, a new video goes live. You can watch that. Yeah! Yeah, 5 o'clock, new video goes live. Watch it, leave a like, leave a comment. But yeah, so like I wasn't pulling my weight. I was, not doing my. When we first got together, I was, but as I got more and more depressed about this, just what I was seeing as my lot in life of, I'm just a butler here. I have my entire life is being based around someone else and all of that. I stopped, doing the chores as much. I stopped cleaning as much. Like, the house never fell into chaos, but it wasn't as clean. It wasn't as good. And I was really struggling with a lot of dark thoughts, and that was coming out in my behavior. I wasn't wanting adult time with her as much. I just had such bad executive function that I get around the house and really failed to recognize. But there is also a part of that was like, I needed this thing. Hey, just get to the this, and then I can start living. It didn't happen. Okay, I understand, Repexer. So it did suffer. What? Bad. Like, I'm not gonna, like, listen, was she a great wife? No. Was I a great husband? No. But we were also, 2018. 24 when we met. And I was in a very rough time of my life. She was not quite a year younger than me, so she was, I think she was 23. Her birthday was in May or April. Her birthday was in April, I think. So she was about half a year younger than me, so we got married way too quickly. Is it cutting out a lot? This isn't a Yeti. This is a Razer Siren. I think one times when I moved it, I lowered the gain a little bit. And because all of my filters are internal, because this is just, all this has is a gain knob, all my filters are through Streamlabs, which is one of the hesitancies with getting a new mic, is having to refilter everything and rebalance everything and blah, blah, blah. No, this is Razer Siren. You can tell by the green light. I think Yeti does blue. But yeah, no, I freely admit, like, I wasn't a great wife, or I wasn't a great husband. She wasn't necessarily, is it red? Wasn't necessarily a great wife, but like that's just part of, growing up. We got married too young. We both rushed into it a little bit faster because she was fairly fresh into the Navy too. I joined the Navy when I was like 18. She joined the Navy when she was like 22. So she had been in the Navy for like a year. And was planning to only do her 4 years, which also affected like my decision making of like, oh well, she's not going to be in for too much longer, so maybe I wait to start off on a real job or start off on college until, especially when we made the decision to get married. I wait to start off on get a real job or start off on college until she's out, because then we can be together and blah 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 blah. And we can start college and stuff together and have a similar schedule and et cetera, because she wanted to go for, at the time, forestry was what she was planning on going to college for. So we would have been able, me going for biology, we would have been able to share a lot of classes because I got my IT degree in, or I got my associate's degree in IT. I was about to say my IT degree in associates. I got my associate's degree in IT, but that was largely just a factor of when I was in the military, I was using University of Phoenix with my TA to get college credits in, and it was part of it was that it was just easier to get. Part of it was I admittedly was, and I lied to my parents and I lied to Tanya about this, but part of it was I didn't start doing in-person college and apply for the college I ended up going to because of the fact that I couldn't get a good schedule working because of the fact that I was driving her around all the time. And part of it was just like, hey, you can. That's something I didn't want to share with her because I didn't want to make her feel guilty. But part of it too was the fact that it is more beneficial to. Are you serious? Did I not put cake in here? Did I not put matching quiverings? Oh, fucking my dumb ass. Email. Why aren't they breeding? Did I fuck up? They should be breeding. But they aren't. Well, that's weird. Don't know what's going on there. Let me try this. Yeah, part of it was also the fact that, like, hey, it's easier to transfer into a college and get all your credits accepted if you have an associate's degree. Or if you have a degree that is going to transfer those credits rather than just try to have those credits, just raw transferred. So I was like, oh, yeah, I'll get my degree and then it'll be easier to transfer the credits. So that was part of it. But a big part of it was, too, like, just not being able to find a schedule that would work. Because, college classes are the same schedule all the time. But if her class schedule is constantly alternating, then it's not something I could really do and blah, blah, blah. And so I didn't do it. And then I ended up just getting to the point, it's like, okay, I just need to finish my associate's degree with the University of Phoenix. And after we separated, I was like, okay, I don't have long left on this associate's degree. I might as well finish my associate's degree with them. And yeah. But no, it was a rough time for me mentally, to be sure. Vampiric and Musclehead with Diamond Body that. And this is going to be Diamond Body, Vampiric, and then nothing. I'm still trying to get the right set of pals for this. Let me make sure that there is no other jobs that these people are willing to do so that does not keep happening. Why the fuck is this guy not wanting to... They're treating him like he doesn't exist. What the fuck? That was weird. They were just acting like he doesn't exist. Where are there... I have that there. They all have high-quality beds. Weight increase again. I need to go ahead and get... I need to go ahead and get some of the pals that increase weight carrying capacity. What's Wildgate? Okay, I have to go pick up Dez. Looks more like Sea of Thieves in space than Jump Ship. I'll check it out. Because to be fair, after actually playing Jump Ship was more of Void Crew but better. I'll check out Wildgate. Is it out yet? Awesome. I'll definitely check it out. I'll see about maybe playing that tomorrow. I got to go pick up Dez. If you want to, keep chat entertained. If you want, I can pull you into VC so that it still says that, so that you can well, you can pull yourself if you decide. I'll be in center stage. If you decide you want to talk to chat, just hop into center stage because you're a mod, so you can just do that. Okay. I don't want Twitch to get mad if it looks like I'm... Twitch might get mad if it says I'm pushing people to YouTube. That's their one thing. They're okay with multi-streaming now. You just can't ask people to go to YouTube or to other platforms. Yeah, I don't want to risk it. I still need to redo my my affiliate stuff. What's up, Dragonfly? I still need to redo my affiliate stuff so that it says so that it's for the business account, because my YouTube's under the business account, but my Twitch isn't. Okay, I will be back soon. And I'm in center stage if you decide you want to hop in to talk to chat. Love you. Okay. Okay, I'm back, guys. I know you miss me dearly. I'm your favorite person. I know. Your favorite streamer. I need to find a better spot. Love you. I mean, eventually I'm going to set up the home gym thing. I mean, the home gym is set up. I just need to set up. So I know I've been saying that for forever, but I'll figure it out. It's just a lot of stuff to move around. Okay, I'm back. What's the amazing news? BlazBlue Entropy Effect came out on mobile today, so I can finally play it. Good shit, man. Congratulations. I need to check out that Wildgate game, and I need to see if Dan wants to. Replying to you right now, Kastaroth. Your comment. Okay. Bam. Yeah, I mean, man, if I showed you my garage, you would get it. If I showed you like how my garage is right now, you would understand why it's taking a little bit more time. I legitimately might try to put up another shed to move more stuff from my garage out into. Because right now I put up a storage shed, a shed that is just solely going to be used for storage. And I moved a lot of the stuff from my garage out to there. That's how I made room for it. But, like, if I got another shed, I want it to be... I don't even know why I have those there. I just keep grabbing them. If I get another shed, I want it to be one that I can actually maybe run electrical to. I'll post a picture in the Discord or something probably. But no, if I get a shed, I want it to be one I can run electrical to. Ideally, if I do another shed, because that would allow me to basically move my workshop out into the shed. So then that would free up a lot of space. I can move all my tools out there, have it insulated and sealed against, you know, fucking you know, water damage and shit, so if it gets humid out there, it doesn't do any damage to my tools. But, yeah. But, I mean, I can lay it out in such a way that... And if I clear out the one that I use to Man Cave, and there's the shed, and they're not exclusive, yeah. The she shed. If I clear out the one that... Because I have a lot of shit in my gardening shed. It's a little pop-up plastic shed that's kind of doesn't need to be there anymore. Like, it was for projects in the past, but I don't like throwing away shit. Because I'm always like, oh, well, I could still use this later. For something else. If another project comes up and it needs this and I throw it away, I'm going to feel real stupid. But if I clear that out, it'll be good. I mean, I need to do a lot of yard work on Thursday anyways. In the backyard, so I'll probably... Oh yeah, that's... But But no, I might start moving more stuff out tomorrow when I get a little bit more yard work done. Tomorrow and Thursday. And then it's just a matter of I need to get a cheap laptop that I can use to do the stream together thing on Streamlabs, so I can have it constantly facing the gym, the home gym setup, so that I can quickly switch to that. Because apparently there are no good Bluetooth webcams out there that I can find that aren't fucking ridiculously expensive, to the point of, one, I already have a backup webcam, because when I upgraded my webcam, I kept the old... Where is it? Somewhere around here. I think I put it in a drawer, actually. But I have a backup webcam that's, you know, a good webcam. So it would be cheaper for me to buy a cheap laptop that can handle, you know, streaming at 1080p for an amount of time than it would be for me to try to find a Bluetooth webcam, and then hope the fact that, like, on the other side of this wall is the garage, but that is, you know, a lot of cement, and hope that, and a lot of stuff in the way. So hope easier to do that than it is to have the Bluetooth webcam and hope it doesn't fuck up. And then eventually I'll get that webcam that does the AI tracking, so that I can just have it set up in a static spot in the garage, and it'll just follow where I'm going. And maybe see if it will do like AI zoom in kind of thing, or if I could set up some sort of thing. I know like Raven Alternative has something. One, Kugel Blitz. Okay, see you, Mammoth. I know Kugel Blitz does, he has a lot of stuff set up that basically his audience can redeem bits and stuff, or redeem channel points, and it'll affect stuff he actually has set up in the real world. Like it'll make a balloon inflate until it pops, or it'll shoot a Nerf gun at him kind of thing. So if I can just set something up simple like that, and there's a lot of webcams and stuff that have onboard Twitch support. So if I could set something up like that, that will allow, like, I can set, like, hey, the audience can have the use channel points to make the webcam move around, or zoom in or zoom out kind of thing. And then that'll be a cool way to add on to that, get a little bit more audience interaction. That'll go along with the you know, make me do a set and change the exercise stuff. Why did I use that? I didn't need to use that one. Trying to use off all my... I have a Vixie now. I have a 4-star Vixie now. Or, yeah, 4-star Vixie now. A maxed out Vixie. So I can, It collects a lot of extra spheres and stuff, which is one of the reasons I say, like, especially if you're going to be off for, like, long periods of time, Vixie is almost a better... I mean, I need to try it. I'll get a maxed out Mao to test it, but just from what I was seeing previously, Vixie is the much better route to go when it comes to making money off of your pals. You get a maxed out Vixie versus a maxed out Mao, and all you have to do is take the extra step of taking all the shit that the Vixie gets and selling it, which is not hard. It's like an extra 2 minutes. And you get a lot more money from having the Vixie than you do the Mao, it seems like. I mean, I'll do a test one day where I'll just put a Vixie and a Mao in branches, and I'll, like, at the exact same time for like an hour, and see what the, you know, net profit is at the end. And they nerfed the Maos. Yeah. That's the one, because I want to get into, like, a little bit of just casual game design, because I think it'd be fun, like, make small games and shit like that. And I've been saying I'm gonna do it on stream at some point. I'll start streaming myself practicing making games. But like that's one thing I would struggle with is balance. Is especially if it's a PvP of any sort of competitive game. Getting the right game balance has got to be like hard, and figuring out what's too powerful and what's not. If it's single player and you're overpowered, yeah, and something is overpowered, like something you have is overpowered. That's bad, yes, because it can ruin the enjoyment of the game if it's too easy for a lot of people. But if it's PvP and something's overpowered, or if it's like the enemy's overpowered, that's hard. Money in OG, now I have the coin maker. Yeah, I saw that they added the coin maker too. How good is that? Because I do also like the fact that the Vixie creates all these spheres so that when I need to go around and just collect a lot of shit. But the spheres stop at this level, at Gigasphere. But when I need to go around for some reason and collect a lot of low-level pals, it's easy to just like, hey, I have these already. Is it? I'll have to make one then. Because I do end up using a lot of my... Especially because there's no pal that you can ranch for, like, electric or ice. Or poison, I think. There might be one for poison. So I end up having to buy that. Is that what it takes? You turn iron into gold? I forget, are you on the server? On this server, Castroth? Do you want to be? Well, if you want it, hit me up on Discord, and I could add you. Because like this one especially, like the Minecraft server, I'm a bit more discerning about who gets on it because of the possibility of trolling. But there's not really a good... I have PvP turned off. There's not really an easy way to troll in this one, so I'm a lot more free with letting people on it. Most people I know, you don't use more powerful sources of damage, not because they want it necessarily harder or that easy, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, that's basically how I handle it. When I know there is something that is so overpowered as to make the game unfun for me, because I'm just too powerful and it's not challenging anymore, I just don't use it. But I also get the fact that, you know, having to artificially limit yourself can be frustrating. So it's better to balance. I think it's always better in most cases. I think it is better to lean towards the side of the player being a little bit more overpowered. If you have to pick one, the player being more overpowered than the NPCs, because an NPC being aggressively overpowered is just incredibly frustrating. Yeah, PvP in a game like this, PvP is not really there. I just get left to build bases and organize things. That's what I'm good at. You're the camp mom. Everyone needs a camp mom. I need to start playing Raft again. I need to hit Feisty and see if she wants to continue our Raft playthrough. I really want a Raft 2. I desperately want a Raft 2. Because Raft was so much fun. In Ark, the occasional time I had people to play with, because most of my friends don't like Ark, but I love Ark, and I don't blame them for not liking Ark, just because of the people alone. But in Ark, I always kind of specialized in monster taming. You're the master baser? Fantastic. I loved Ark. I eventually, yes, games like Soulsborne, they want it to be hard. eventually I want to. I mean, I've said that before. I don't know if you're around one of the times I say it, but like the point of the Discord and like my big goal with this whole thing is building up a community of people that, you know, a place you can make new friends and have people to play games with and blah 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 and all this different stuff and building the community. But part of that is eventually, once I have a big enough community that'll be easy to keep people into it, like there'll be enough people that are into the different things to keep the servers alive. Eventually, I do want to start just a bunch of different servers, man. I want to start a RAF server, or not a RAF server, ARK server, Rust server, a Minecraft server, a Power World server, just so that there's a server for whatever game the people in the community want to start playing, kind of thing. And part of it will be like, hey, there's limited spots on the server side. Part of that's going to be I need enough people that are going to be interested in the community to be big enough and active enough that different servers can stay alive. But also, I need to be making enough money to afford to pay for those servers. Because like this one's cheap because it doesn't require a lot. Like I think I'm paying like maybe $15-20 a month for this one, but it's also unmodded. And I know not too many people are going to be on it anytime. Like, I think I have it set to 8 people at once right now. But the Minecraft one costs like $40 a month because of the fact that it needs a lot of power because it's heavily modded. Let's go here. And let's break down some more of these pals. Well, first, let's do this. There's the thing, like, every time I would bitch about, the trolls and ARK and blah, 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 I'd get the people like, well, why don't you just play on a PvE server? And I tried to play on one, I like PvP being an option. I just don't like the trolls or the alpha tribes that decide that, you know, PvP is going to be their thing, and specifically PvP in a way that is either using cheats or just the fact that they're the most powerful people around to keep everyone else down. That's very frustrating, and it's not fun. And then, but when I went on to PvE servers, what I would end up seeing is, like, you'd have the Alpha Tribe that would go around, or just people, random people, but especially the Alpha Tribe, would just go around and set down a foundation every few feet. That way you couldn't build anywhere. Pay halves on ours, but it was set up on Xbox side, so no mods, unfortunately. Gotcha. But no, that was frustrating when I started playing on a PvE server, of just having people fucking going and every few feet setting up a goddamn foundation so there's like nowhere you can build. I don't like PvE because I like what I built and I don't want it destroyed. Yeah, I mean, so if I set up, here's the basics, and I've gone over this in more detail in the past, but I'll give the basics right now. If I set up a ARK server that was meant for the entire community, one, it would be a thing where, like, hey, every X amount of time, the server is going to reset. Like, that way, you know, no one gets too powerful and people have a chance to, you know, try again, especially people that join later, blah, blah, blah. But, like, whoever is... There would be, like, a final war, essentially. And then some level of, like... I might allow certain levels of transferring some stuff over from previous... I didn't get my Splatterina out. That's bad. So I'm missing out on some possible gains, but whatever. But like one, like every 3 months or something, there'd be a server reset or whatever. It seems like fair and long enough, but not too long. There'd be like a server reset, so people have a chance to build up and not be bottom of the barrel. And if you were going to go, there'd be like designated PvP times. For one, and for two, if you were going to declare like some sort of war with another tribe, one, there will be a way to mark yourself as not PvP, and if you mark yourself as not PvP and you engage in PvP, you get punished somehow. But also, there'll be like set PvP times, like from this time to this time. That's when PvP is on. People will be able to claim like some small area that they'll have to somehow mark out as like, okay, don't destroy these areas. These are like the secure areas, because I don't want someone to just have their shit pushed in. No PvP with people that are offline. And if you want to declare, if you want like a massive ongoing PvP, you have to declare a war with another tribe that is flagged for PvP. And you have to give a 24-hour notice to that declaration of war before the wartime starts. And then we'll work out with the mods, like, okay, do we want to do 24/7 war going on? Like, you guys are allowed to PvP each other all the time, or do we want to set specific war times? Because I kind of want to do, like, the Minecraft server I'm starting, I want it to be, or, like, the one I eventually want to get going, is going to be, like, an RP server, but, like, kind of a loose RP, and you build it out yourself. And I kind of want the Ark server to be kind of like that, too, but, like, not like everyone has to be in character, but, like, assume a role kind of thing, like, get into it kind of thing. How many did I grab? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn. Fuck. I forgot that doesn't put him into that. But I have ideas, and that's something once it comes closer and closer, I'll start working it out, and hopefully it'll be at a time when I have, like, ideally have enough money that I can pay mods or something like that, and that's obviously kind of a little bit of a pipe dream, because who knows if I'm ever going to get to that point. But it is one of the goals. I need to catch this Bronze Cherry Aqua anyway, so I'm going to go do that. Yeah, 100%. Like, if you play a character that doesn't want to engage in PvP, you can choose to do that. I want to try to see if there's a way I can set up servers where people can just mark themselves for or not for PvP. To make it easier. But at the very least, it'll be like, put a specific thing in your tribe name, and no one's allowed to attack you. But also, if you attack someone else, you get removed from that. And there'll be, like, rules to follow, too. Like, hey, there's certain behaviors not to engage in. Like, if someone is taming an animal, you're not allowed to kill that animal. Like, if someone has an animal unconscious and is currently taming it, you're not allowed to kill that animal, kind of thing. Because the goal is to allow PvP for that challenge of, like, having the extra bit of PvP. And there's part of PvP that can be kind of fun for the people that get into it. But not make it unplayable or unenjoyable for the people that don't, either one, don't have the time to dedicate to get to be all powerful but still like the game. And just, it sucks. You build a base and breed otters? Nice. I mean, insert innuendo here. Haha, because otters and gay. But yeah. No, that's perfectly fair. I don't know if interested, but apparently VShoja hasn't paid the YouTubers in a long time, and they stole money from an organization that Iron Mouse helped out with. Yeah, I saw that. I debated doing a video on that. And talking about it, but one, I don't have enough information personally myself. It seems like it's already been covered by a lot of big people, and I have to kind of, because of the fact that my editor has a job and can't edit for me full-time, I want to maintain the quality that he provides the videos. I have to kind of tailor what I'm talking about. So right now, the next, in what I make videos on, a little bit, and I just didn't have enough information on that one. The next big thing I'm going to start tracking is I decided I'm going to start tracking the Subnautica lawsuit. So hopefully I'll have something recorded tomorrow to go up on Thursday about the Subnautica lawsuit. Yeah. But I also don't only want to do legal things. I am going to start talking about more stuff that's just kind of drama-y and whatnot. But yeah. Yeah, no, I tended to, a lot of times, when I played on Ark servers, my goal became maximizing breeding efficiency effectively to breed really, really powerful dinosaurs. To be able to consistently do it and effectively breed a lot of really, really powerful dinosaurs with the hope of, like, hey, I'll sell these dinosaurs to the other members of different tribes and shit. With the hope of, like, hey, I'll sell these. I wanted to see how many people are actively watching Ark right now. Oh, Ark still gets a decent amount of viewers. Not a lot of English-speaking ones. Or at least not on the higher end. A lot of the higher end ones aren't English-speaking. Oh, but they still got decent viewers. I heard Survival Ascended was really bad, so I haven't played. I might try it. I mean, is Survival Ascended good? Has someone played in chat, played Survival Ascended to tell me whether or not it is good? Because I heard a lot of bad things, and then I just decided to not buy it to try it. Yeah, that's what Dragonfly just said. On the YT side, I mean, enough bigger. Like, I saw the one I saw was Charlie talking about it. So I don't really know enough about it to feel super. I mean, I might. I'll think about it tonight whether or not I'll record something on it. Right now, the pace that me and my editor are kind of able to comfortably keep is 3 videos a week. That's what we're trying to do. Which and just because of the nature of the fact that I can't, like, right now I'm not making enough money and I can't afford to personally pay him to work full time. I can't, like, it's harder for something that has, like, a short shelf life to get it out quickly. Just because he has other responsibilities and a job. So it's hard to get things out that might have a short shelf life. And I want to maintain, he provides a better quality to editing. I can do it, and that might be what I end up doing for a time being, to, get on top of more of this, like, really topical shit. Because, like, theoretically, yeah, I could edit the ones that are, last minute, like, this just happened, this just dropped, and he's not going to be able to get to it in time kind of stuff. And I could do editing pretty well. I like the quality of his editing. To close that gap of, getting onto more topical stuff. But that's why, like, I kind of was like, okay, I'm gonna talk about the stuff that even if I get to it a day or two later, it's still gonna be something of public interest. And, like, one of the things that I'm, like, gonna add to the members only stuff, like, I have 1 member right now, and that might have expired. But one of the things I was going to add to the members only stuff is like the unedited rants, the unedited talking about stuff kind of thing. So it might be easier to, like, do those as maybe members only ones too, because it's like, okay, it won't take that much editing. It'll really just take cut out from where it starts and where it ends, and then bam, throw it on there. And then eventually edit it and re-upload it kind of thing. I need to post the Pirate Software Part 2, the original Pirate Software Part 2, as a members-only thing. Because me and my editor decided not to. Mammoth decided... as in me and my editor is Mammoth, collectively decided that, like, you know, we don't want to put out 3 Pirate Software videos like back to back to back kind of thing, because it's like really milking it. So we put out the first one that was just me discussing it, and then we put out the second, and we recorded, and he edited a second one, and then we decided to do, well, that one was kind of reiterating a lot of stuff, so let's just instead can you not? Where are you? Where are you based out of? But yeah, so like, we ended up deciding, oh, we're gonna put it up as a members only thing. Oh, that's right, Isle of Man. That's right. I remember that every time because we make jokes about it. Why not? Why don't they have access to members only? Like, do you know? There's something that Plasma makes. I needed it to, or maybe it was just what Plasma. Or it might have just been the fact that he's. Let's tier legendary. I might have just wanted it because it's good at mining. I do need the Plasma Rio though, because it is the one of the top tiered combat pal. Yeah, it's one of the best dragon type combat pals, but getting Rio is a bitch. I got completely distracted. Run. We don't exist to a lot of things. We couldn't get Pokemon Go legitimately till a year later, for example. We were added to the no PSN list, even though we can get it. So half the things they say worldwide shipping, we also can't get. That sucks. Do you have plans on leaving the Isle of Man? Because that sucks. Does your editor have their own YouTube channel or no? Yeah, I've been forgetting to actually link it, but he doesn't care because he doesn't really post anything there. But he does have his own YouTube channel and he does have his own Twitch channel. It's just let me find it. But make sure I'm saying it right. Yeah, it's just I'll type it here. Put it there. And I will put it there. Yeah. Make me think of a country like Tuvalu, who got their first ATM this year, if I'm not wrong. Jesus Christ. I was until England seemed to be getting less safe for me. Fair. That's fair. Unfortunately, a lot of places are kind of backsliding on social progress. So places are unfortunately becoming less and less safe for certain peoples. Come here. Yep. Fuck you. Come here. God damn it. Okay, that was what I was going to have you do anyways. Fuck. Give me time to reload. Nope. Bam. Getting the ball. And unfortunately, the video today is not doing well, but it's got a horrible click through right now. But I think people are just all that's the other thing when it comes to like making videos too, because unfortunately, like the truth of the matter is, well, I don't want to have to play the analytics game. I don't want to have to, tailor what I'm talking about based on what, is popular. In order to make the channel successful so that I can, pay the editor and expand and grow, I do at least have to spend a portion of the effort, and right now a large portion of the effort, on the stuff that is going to do better, going to get more clicks, going to get more views, going to get more watch time. And then hopefully, like, I throw out these occasional extra videos every once in a while that are, this isn't about the topic that I'm most popular for talking about. This is about something completely different, to try to seed it out and expand what people care about and see how well it does, and get more people interested in following me for things that aren't just shitting on Nintendo. So that I can start just doing more and more and more. But the nature of the beast, and especially because I want to be able to pay my editor well, no problem, Dragonfly. Throw him a sub. Oh, that's 6 o'clock. But also, yeah, because I want to be able to pay my editor well, means that I have to target things that are gonna just do well by their nature. Hold on, what the fuck's going on here? And there is this level of a topic has to be popular enough that people want to talk, especially... What the fuck? Yeah, let me reload this. Especially because, like, Penguin Zio Charlie can talk about whatever the fuck he wants, and the video is going to get a lot of views. It might not get as much views if it's not a hot button popular topic, but he is popular enough that he can talk about whatever he wants, and the video is going to get a lot of views. Oh, Steam's fucking up. That's why. And if he talks about the other thing too is if he talks about something that is popular, he's not going to be competing with too many people because he has a huge audience. For me as a small creator, I have to talk about something that is popular enough that people are going to want to click on it and learn something about it, and I have to be clickable enough that people are going to want to click on me over other people. But when I talk about things that are too popular, the video does poorly because everyone's talking about it, and I'm not the one that has the 100,000 view, 200,000 view, 1 million view video on it. So people are less likely to click on me as opposed to the other person, and they don't want to hear the same thing twice. Which is why I think the the fuck? I'm connected to the internet. Um, yeah. Okay, there's an issue with Steam right now. That's what's going on. There is a Steam issue right now. Um, I just have to eat a dick, I guess. Uh, I'll give it a few minutes to just do a just chatting thing and see if it fixes itself. But yeah, so there's that. There is that makes it a little bit complicated to figure out what's best to talk about. And unfortunately, we have discovered, although like my start of getting views on YouTube, the first like content that I released, the first long form content that I started posting on YouTube was me telling stories, and largely stories about my time in the military, and those ones started doing well. Now the majority of my audience is here for the Power World stuff and for the talking about games and shit stuff. So when I've reposted, because me and my editor are like, okay, well, let's try to get 3 videos out a week, and if we can't get a video out, what we can do is we'll take down one of the old storytelling videos that I posted like a year ago or more that isn't doing as well, that did not do that well at all, like under 100 views or something like that, or 200 under 200 views, and we'll repost it with new thumbnails, new analytics, new tags and shit like that to see how it does now that I have an audience. And now those videos, when I repost them, are doing worse than what they originally did. So we are actually going to make a new channel. We are going to, because the way YouTube analytics works, like if you're subscribed, all my subscribers now are that follow me frequently are here for the Nintendo stuff, are here for the Power World stuff, are here for that type of content. And the way YouTube looks at it is if your subscribers don't click on something, if your subscribers choose not to look at something, then it assumes that no one's going to care about it. So it doesn't push it that hard. And it stops giving it any, whatever. So I still want to do that because I really enjoy telling those stories. It's cathartic for me sometimes because I'm bitching about something that frustrated me, and it's good to get off my chest. And sometimes it's just nice because I get to talk about some of the fun times I had, either in the military or some of the stories are not military related, blah blah blah. And I still want to do that, but for the sake of the channel, I need to relegate it to a separate channel. So I'm going to soon this week. I'm going to try to start a channel that is going to be a repository for all the storytelling videos and any that I already have. I'm going to take down all the ones on my main channel and move them over there. And then any new stories that end up getting told or stuff will be put over there. If we're not showing everything, it's not been pushing all your vids through to me. Yeah, there's like a limitation on how many notifications it wants to give you, and then it gives you the more popular notifications, and then you have to make sure you have to make sure you have notifications turned on for the channel, and then you have to make sure that you have notifications turned on for YouTube in general. And it's a lot of people have been complaining about that lately in general, not just about me, but like in general that YouTube is really bad about actually pushing notifications out, which is unfortunate. Still not syncing. Cool. Let's try this again. Yeah, it is what it is, which is another one of the things. They did recently do an update. I don't remember all the details on it, and I don't want to misrepresent it, but they did recently do an update that, from my understanding, is getting rid of the trending page. I don't know if they've released it yet. I could fucking check right now. Jesus. Okay, let's open up a incognito window on the account that I don't use for YouTube or anything. I have a Google like window thing that I use specifically for doing research for videos. That way, like I don't lose anything I Googled at any point. And this one's literally so unused that it's okay. Oh my god, that was loud. Yeah, the trending page has been so much AI lately, and there's some of the AI generated stuff that I actually am kind of enjoying and finding funny. Okay, here you go. Now it's letting me log back in. But I like when I like that people are using AI to make content. It's when they're making the ridiculous stuff that could not really be easily made by an artist or whatever. Like the Elon Musk pregnant. That picture was funny. And I'm really enjoying the Bigfoot videos, like the random Bigfoot videos. Oh yeah, no, that stuff is that is so much slop. I like the stuff where it's like so goofy that it's like no human would have made this. And those ones are funny to me. Let me try opening Task Manager. Hard closing fucking Steam. But yeah, it's pushing a lot of that. But they're getting rid of the trending page. Okay, it's saying Steam is down. Also saying it's not. There's some saying Steam is down, some saying Steam's not down. But from my understanding, they're getting rid of the Steam, the trending page. One, to make it easier for smaller creators. Okay, good to know. It's not just me. One, to make it easier for smaller creators, because now you won't be only fed stuff that is the most popular thing going around, but also because they were realizing that the trending page was kind of, in the way they were doing trending stuff, was feeding a lot of people content they did not give a shit about. Basically like, oh yeah, you might only be on for gaming content or for car content or for gun content or for whatever. But because of the way the trending page was working, people were being fed whatever was most popular, even if it had nothing to do with that. So hopefully that'll help with some discoverability. It's Steam maintenance time. How long does Steam maintenance time last? It's scheduled for between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. Okay, 10 minutes. Okay. Scheduled for that, but it doesn't take that long. I at least want to get some eggs being bred before I get off. Yeah, yeah, the YouTube's real bad about pushing this stuff. Like, I've had a lot of people who were like, "Yeah, I'm proud of you. I have your notifications turned on. I just never see when your stuff goes live." Uh, which hey, it happens. You're taking NSFW games off. Fair. I did hear they're changing their rules about what they're going to allow on and off. I didn't really look into it too much. So I'm really confused about this. I so like the way my channel dashboard works, it'll tell me recent activity. Um and that's basically who subscribed to you recently. Uh that is publicly subscribing to you. And you could either do it by like if I go to see all subscribers, right now I can do it by members or subscribers. And if I go to see all subscribers, like it'll do that. But basically it tiers it by how many subscribers that person has, which I'd like to occasionally check to see, hey, is there someone new that subscribed to me that has a lot of subscribers or something? Because hey, if it's someone that does similar content to me, we can do a collab. Um and I just had someone subscribe to me recently that has 36.4 thousand subscribers. So I went to their page while I'm waiting here to see their channel to see what kind of content they do. And it seems like they do a lot of art stuff, but they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos with the most popular one having 398 views and not being particularly, none of them are particularly long. And then a handful of shorts with the most popular one having like 1.5 thousand views. But they have 36,000 subscribers, and I'm very confused. A Shark Dentist game? That sounds fun. I have a few just goofy games in the hopper that I want to play because I think they're going to be funny. What's the Shark Dentist game? And those ones will be good ones to Shark Dentist on Steam. Okay, I'm going to check that out. That I might play that like one of these days, like this weekend or something like that. I want to start playing some more of those goofy games just for fun, and we could throw it up on the Let's Play channel. And yeah, folks are really mad about it, but it seems to be just the really bad ones that border on being illegal. Yeah, a lot of them like toe a line, and I think like listen, those sorts of games exist, like the NSFW games exist. Well, yeah, but even the short form, she doesn't have a lot. She has like 7 or 8 videos on it, and they don't get a lot. Like 1,000 views on a short form is unfortunately not a lot. Um, like the seed audience that YouTube gives you, where they feed it to this many people, is about 500. Uh, and they based on how much engagement and watch time it gets from there, they decide to feed it. So like, I just don't know how she got 36,000. But she might just be. I have time now because I'm waiting for Steam to turn back on. Uh, let's see. Let's see if she has other. Maybe it's just people following from. Yeah, I don't see her popping up anywhere else. Anyway, it's just weird. Okay, doesn't matter. Um, Fair. Could be. That's what back in the day to not do that because dead subs are not good for a channel. Yeah, they're not. Because again, and I think they have done stuff to fix this, where they actually look at like activity kind of thing. But it is one of those things where part of the analytics is whether or not your subscribers were fed it and chose to not click on it or didn't watch a lot of it kind of thing. And I think they fixed some of that where it like has to be where they actually look at how active the channel is and blah 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 and the subscriber is and et cetera, et cetera. But it is, I wish, I get why they don't, because then there would be people that would just 100% manipulate it. But I wish that they like published how their analytics work. I wish that they went through the effort of like laying down a chart of like these are the things that affect it and this is how it affects it. Because everything I've learned some from like watching stuff and reading stuff about these people are explaining analytics, but a lot of like the more specific stuff that I figured out was just from watching my own channel and having to piece it together, and then something would happen would change. Like before my channel had 500 subs. Yeah, but like it's all conjecture. Like because they don't publish like the actual like details of it. Yeah, you know what? I might play it tomorrow because of Shark Week. I might go ahead and play Shark Dentist tomorrow because it's Shark Week. That'd be actually be fitting. Yeah, there's Social Blade. There's a few other things that will. But what I'm saying is that gives you the details of the analytics, but that doesn't give you the why. That gives you like the what are this person's analytics and what's happening with the analytics, but it doesn't tell you what the factors are that are affecting things. So like before I had 500 subs, and I know the video that I started getting a lot of subs from. Before I had 500 subs, I had figured out the math was as long as I had more than 10 likes or pieces of positive engagement for every 400 views on a short, it would continue to be fed to more people. So like as long as I had like a 2.5% engagement rate, it would continue to get fed to more people. And at the time, looking at it, it almost mathed out to exactly that, where the amount of views was based off of, you know, the number of likes I got divided by 0.025. And it was almost exactly on pot. And I noticed that. I was like, okay, cool. So as long as it's getting this engagement and blah, 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 it's going to go that. Not much I can do with that, but it was a neat thing to know. And then I had my one video blow up that was how to navigate in the military. And that one blew up and got 2.6 million views. And got me, how many of my subscribers came from this? Got me 1.4 thousand subscribers. So I very quickly got a lot more subscribers. And now because I had more subscribers, the analytics changed. So it changed how much like what the like ratios were and shit like that. And like there's constantly stuff that's being changed. And I get why they don't want to release it because then they're releasing their, you know, formula to competition. And also because if you release it, there's going to be people that start making channels that are specifically trying to abuse those analytics factors. But yeah. But just
Hey, Azrael.
what the fuck?
What?
But just for the sake of my brain, I wish that they would. For the sake of me liking to know and me, I like to understand analytics and stuff like that. So I paid a lot of attention to mine. It's something I would like to know. But I might do Shark Dentist tomorrow because of that. I came from the first Nintendo one. I stuck around here because of your personality. I appreciate that. I mean, that's the big thing. That I want more people to be around for. I like the fact that there are people that are around because I am informative. And I talk about things in the unbiased way, and I get like comments that are like, "Yeah, you're the only person I know that's talking about this in like an unbiased way, or talking about this more analytically or more logically, or blah blah blah." So I like that, but I also really like when people just enjoy my personality. When people just like, "Hey, I'm going to show up because I like hearing you talk, and it's somehow relaxing for me. It somehow adds a positive thing to my day." Because I know, like, when I'm having a bad day or not feeling so great, or just bored or anxious or whatever, and I see a YouTuber that I really like, uh, pop up a new video, it's nice. It's really cool. I get to watch this new thing and get a little bit of entertainment out of it. It makes the day a little bit better. And when people come to stream, and I've had a lot of people come to stream and say, like, "Listen, like, a lot of times you're just background noise for me, but I like it." And hey, if that's awesome. If I'm making your day a little bit better by being your background noise, that's fucking awesome. That's great. Hold on. It seems like Steam's working because now they're sending me a verification code, but I still have to get the code and it hasn't sent it yet. You came from the short about that weird roommate that was eating cheese almost naked. Yeah, MC Fresh there was something else. He was yeah. Can you resend the code, please? There's probably a lot of people requesting these codes right now. Why is you speak unbiased, but not in a way I'm worried you'll end up mean? Yeah. Listen, the way I see it is just because I disagree with someone does not mean I'm inherently right and they're inherently wrong, or that they are evil and I am just. I can disagree with someone on something and try to look at it from their perspective and try to explain things from their perspective, because being able to understand the perspective of someone you disagree with is very important. Being able to understand the reasoning that someone believes something that you don't believe in is very important, because one, it's a way to come to mutual understanding, and two, it's a way to be able to counter their arguments and counter their arguments in a way that might change their mind. Because if you are trying to argue with someone from a perspective that they don't give a shit about because they care about it for a different reason, you're accomplishing nothing. And just it's important to be able to understand other people's perspective. And not everyone that disagrees with you is an evil person. Are there no doubt going to be times where I start talking about an issue and it's an issue I'm passionate about, or it's an issue that someone said something about, and the thing that the person said was just so inherently bad or wrong or evil or malicious that I'm probably just going to be fucking shit talking them the entire time? Probably, yeah. But even then, I'm still going to try to like adjust. Like, listen, I think that this might be why. If there is a benefit about a joke, uh, um, oh, fibromyalgia. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to try to hurt people for things that they can't help about themselves, or even the things they can help about. There's this like gym influencer that I used to respect a lot. I used to really like him. To be fair, I probably wasn't paying that much attention to the shit he was saying because I wasn't really following him too closely. Um,